This is the third time recording this video, so I'm gonna try to run through it and keep it as quick as possible, because the last two times, no matter how hard I tried, we're at 12 minutes, and I know ain't nobody got time for that. So this news story is basically covering an open letter sent by Andre Zecker, who is basically asking the gaming community to stop being douches. And what I mean by that is that he's asking everyone to stop the hate. Now, before I tell you about the letter, let me tell you many high-level companies have signed on, like Rockstar, BioWare, Ubisoft, many more, as well as indie developers galore signing this letter. And this is due to the fact of a lot of things coming out. Things like with Phil Fish, Zoe Quinn, and just PewDiePie recently disabling his comments because he's tired of the, quote, hate, spam, and all the BS that goes with it. So let's read this letter and find out what it actually entails. He said, quote, "We believe that everyone, no matter what gender, sexual orientation, ethnicity, religion, or disability, have the right to play games, criticize games, and make games without getting harassed or threatened. It is the diversity of our community that allows games to flourish. If you see threats of violence or harm in the comment section on Steam, YouTube, Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, or Reddit, please take a minute to report them to their respective sites. If you see hateful, harassing speech, take a public stand against it and make the gaming community a more enjoyable space to be in. Thank you, Andre Zecker." So, let me address a few things about this, and I'll try to wrap this video up real quick. While I agree with the message at hand, I'd like to point to what happened with Tumblr and 4chan a little while ago. Yeah, Tumblr went on a social justice crusade and tried to stop 4chan from being bad. Yeah, stopping someone from being a bad person on the internet is not so easy, as they found out. So, the thing that speaks to me the most here is that it all sounds good on paper. Yeah, equal rights for religion, gays, disabled, sounds great, no racism. It's a wonderful world, an ideal world, a utopia, if you will. I'm not making the correlation to Hitler or Stalin or anything who tried to make a utopia. It just seems kind of silly. But what speaks to me the most is criticizing games. I have the right to criticize your game because I'm the consumer. And as a consumer with the ability to put out my criticisms for the public to see, I have the right to say what I feel like needs to be said to prevent other consumers from purchasing a crap product. Why this specific part is so important is because people in the past, like Jim Question over at The Escapist, have been flagged by previous indie developers because he criticized their game. Things that are happening with Phil Fish and Zoe Quinn, I mean, indie developers in the past have stated that we should pay them for the right to record their game. It's interesting because it used to be once you buy a product, that's your product. Whatever you want to do with that product is your right, as long as you're not making illegal copies to distribute for profit. But now, we have so many convoluted copyright laws, that's not basically the way it goes. So, I want to end on this note. When you see letters like this, it makes you kind of happy that somebody is standing up for this. And as leader of the Maverick Rebellion, you know that I am against corporate America, injustice, and altogether just BS. So why do I have an issue with this? Well, mainly because this letter comes from some indie developer, and those that sign this letter are the problem. See, BioWare, Ubisoft, EA, Rockstar all have issues that I would like to take up. Rockstar's microtransactions, and banning of players who glitch the system. That's not cool, man. Banning your players because they found a glitch loophole. Then Ubisoft's Uplay, GIMP versions of Watch Dogs, and other PC ports. Hashtag remember Watch Dogs. BioWare being owned by EA is just a pawn of EA. Remember EA's online passes? They pull the strings and BioWare dances. and EA putting out trying not to swear, putting out half complete games like Battlefield 4 on consoles and not fixing them entirely until several months later. Even now, I still get a few lockups here and there. How do you explain that? This hate doesn't come because we just, in general, hate a person. Now, while there's some isolated cases of that, like perhaps maybe the incidents with Zoe Quinn, even though I'm not taking her side, I'm just saying perhaps that many people don't like her just because of her. I can agree with that because the way she looks is pretty ridiculous. But let's not judge a book by its cover, but by its merits. So when people like Phil Fish get out there and start saying, F you, you don't deserve my game, this and that, I'm not only judging him by the way he looks, which is kind of douchey, but by what he says, which is really douchey. So this letter is kind of useless because all these companies bring it on themselves, whether it's some shiesty DRM, microtransactions, or just completely ruining game franchises that you loved. Remember Command & Conquer, guys? When was the last time a game came out? Oh, that's right. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, I'll leave it in your hands now. Do you believe that this letter is going to change the future? Or do you think this is just another social justice cause that really won't be picked up? With all the social justice flame about video games nowadays, I'm very surprised to see things like this still in the news. It seems like it's old news, but it's been going on for almost 2 weeks now, and it's really getting on my nerves. Can I get some new game releases to talk about already? How about GTA 5 on PC? Hello, somebody give me something to talk about, because I'm getting awful depressed here. And that leads into another video I'll be doing later on, especially about Zoe Quinn. So stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. I have thoughts on all of this stuff, and until somebody actually asks me to talk about it, I generally speaking keep them to myself, because I know my audience may not be interested in it. Other than that, please leave your comments in the section below. Let me know what you think about all these fiascos. Do you think this stuff that's coming out now is important? Do you think the audience needs to hear about it? Or do you just think that this is more drama that the journalists are trying to use to keep themselves out of the limelight? Let me know, and I've been your host, Protomario. I'm signing out. Thanks for watching, and as always, happy gaming. Thanks for watching my video, and please consider joining the Maverick Rebellion today. Together, my subscribers are more than just people. We are Mavericks who desire to change the gaming stereotypes and bring a better sense of community to YouTube. Individually, we can accomplish so much, but united, we can change how the world views gaming. Please consider joining our cause and subscribe today, and you'll be part of something bigger. You'll be part of an army and part of a rebellion against injustice. Mavericks unite. I am Protomario, and I approve this message.